How's it going, everybody? I got another rant for you guys, and this one, it's just gonna be about Pokemon. Hey, Shinigami here. Sorry for the odd intro. I'm a little out of it, and this is one of those things that I can do to kind of help me a little bit. As some of you may know, we had the unfortunate news, and like I made in my other video about Pokemon Home being delayed. Apparently this was only on the English Twitter Pokemon side, whatever. It had nothing to do with the Japanese side at all. Even so, the things that I've been seeing them post and stuff, it just shows their lack of care for the Pokemon fans and the people that kind of brought them in this spot. What I'm trying to get at is that you've been seeing them put out a lot of merch, or at least for me personally, since I follow them on Facebook, on YouTube. They post a lot of, recently they've been posting a lot of gifs of like Fuecoco, Sprigatito, and Quaxley doing super cute stuff. But in reality, I'm just like, okay, why are you posting this? Where's the fucking Pokemon Home? And then they're posting obviously their merch, like the Magikarp floaty or the in-game editions of Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and all them into Pokemon Cafe. And it just makes me go, right, I see what you're doing there, but why aren't you investing that time in Pokemon Home? Fixing it. And I understand that some people realize that ILCA is the one that makes Pokemon Home, not Gamefreak. But at this point, Gamefreak really should either be the ones in charge of it or someone else, because there was issues with ILCA in the first place, where when it came to the whole Pokemon Diamond, actually bring it back even further, for Sword and Shield, it took about 3.5 months to be released. That's not too bad of a time frame. But then you have Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, whatever the remakes, and Legends Arceus. Because Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes are redone on the Unity engine, Pokemon Home wasn't compatible for a while. So that was 6 months for that one, 4 months for Arceus. And then I don't know if you guys see a trend so far, but they seem to be lacking. And then something else that was also brought to my attention is that, yeah, probably Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were probably the most buggy games, even probably more so than Scarlet and Violet. It's still fucking buggy right now. And something that adds that also is that, hey, it was made by ILCA. It's another, doc on their record. And lastly, we have them basically holding your Pokemon hostage. Like I said in the last one, the thing that makes this an issue is that you're paying money for a service that's not available. Well, it is available, but you can't do anything with it. Now, if you could battle and do all this stuff, kind of like what, what's the name of that website? The one where you do Pokemon battles online on the browser. If you were to have something like that for Pokemon Home, where they're not animated, it's very crude, but you could still battle with them and, face off against other people, that'd be great. But Pokemon Home isn't that at all. It's a storage unit, and I understand that it takes up a lot of data, but we're at the point now where we're spending a pretty good amount of money and no results. Meanwhile, you have Pokemon promoting all these other little things they've done. Look at this cute animation of Sprigatito or Fuecoco and stuff, and then meanwhile Pokemon Home and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are just kind of out there. Yes, there are some hardcore people that love doing the raids, but there are quite a bit of us that don't fucking enjoy that. If I had my team from back then, from years past, the raids would probably be a lot easier for me. But at this point, having to raise up some of the Pokemon that I don't want repeats of. I don't want some of the same ones that I've already had, level 100 or battle trained or already shiny or stuff like that. That's a personal thing. I understand why some people might not agree with that. It's okay. For me personally though, when I'm seeing this, I don't want to catch certain repeats. I don't want to... I mean, as it is, you can change their Terra type already. You just need 50 of the fucking shards. So really, how is that game breaking, you know? The other thing that obviously rubs me the wrong way is that they've been releasing those 7-star raids or whatever, and it's obviously been Pokemon that are not released or not available directly. So obviously the data exists for a good amount of Pokemon, and probably there's more that are available in the data. I mean, as it is, we've seen modders and other people, you know, do Pokemon fusions and or even just do their Nuzlocks on Scarlet and Violet already. So it's there. Why are we not able to access that? Why are we being held to such a drawn out wait? And I know some people were saying like, oh well, Gamefreak Japanese had said, you know, it's gonna come out obviously 2023, and that it was the American one that labeled it as early 2023 or spring, whatever. Either way, 6 months is coming upon us, so that's not early no matter what you try to fucking look at it. That is smack dab in the middle. It's not early, it's not late, it's right in the middle of the fucking year. The other issue that I had was that, yes, I've heard some people say that they've been death threats and other shit like that to the developers. I never condone that. I don't think you should be voicing your opinion in such malicious manners. You articulate yourself, you give a reason, you might be able to think of solutions, but you're not guaranteed to have a solution. Constructive criticism is a wonderful thing, but with Pokemon right now, a franchise that has made billions of dollars and is at the top of the food chain as far as franchises in general, they ain't doing too hot. Okay, and at least as a older fan, and again, if I gotta prove myself, I will show you this one. Oh. Yeah, this one's one of my cool ones. A fucking Greninja. Fucking moves around and shit. You know? And it just sucks when you have stuff like this that I would love to keep wanting to invest in Pokemon, but they're not really interested in me. It's clear. Yes, they want the young audience, but they just want the people that can be mindlessly entertained. I mean, shoot, never forget, they took our Battle Frontier from us in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and they gave us the Battle Maison. For a lot of people, that might have been too much. For me, I was just like, you had a beautiful setup in the Battle Frontier with that other fucking guy in the Hawaiian shirt that could have, you know, been added in, but no. Gamefreak thought that was too much and that the attention span of people nowadays is too low. Well, you don't help the cause when you as well just think, oh well, you know, nobody wants to play for long periods of time, so we're just going to make the games short and not as repetitive or whatever, you know. And you lose the charms of what those older games had, the replayability, yes, there were battle mechanics, and like you have Battle Tree and the Battle Tower every once in a while in some of these new installments, but they don't live up to like the Battle Frontier. I'm gonna harp on that because I fucking loved the Battle Frontier. I wasn't good at it. I was garbage. Okay, the only one I could do was the Battle Factory, and that's because they gave you fucking Pokemon that were pretty much battle ready. But it was still a beautiful thing to do, pass time with, and it was different. Now we've basically gone backwards, where we have the 7-star raids and all this other stuff, but when you really look at it at the level that Pokemon is at, and maybe not a good comparison, but hey, look at Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. They took their time, they waited, and it's nice and like a smooth ride. Meanwhile, you got Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which I believe still has that game-breaking glitch where you're fucking, you can lose all your save data. Fuck that. You wanna have me redo all that progress that I made? Not fun. Not at all. I hope I make my points a little bit more clear and concise, and that it's a little bit clearer now. I know last time my audio might have been a little bit too overbearing with the noise or the music, but we're working on it. Lastly, I just want to bring up the fact of the DLCs. Last thing I will talk about. Something about game developing is that it is okay for a game developer to have a vision of what they want the game to be, but it is also very fundamental that you adapt and improvise certain aspects that can be. I guess I'm gonna go on a side tangent. You got Pokemon Home, or Pokemon Go, that basically were like, hey, our vision is we want people to go back out and play in real life. For other people, they don't give two shits. There are people that can't actually go out and about, and the remote raids was a great alternative, but now they doubled the price, limited you to 5 remote raids, and now the community is basically plummeted. They have the lowest sales in years, and I wonder why. Because they didn't listen to the fans. Pokemon, the Pokemon Company, is very, very much treading on thin ice. I don't know if these DLCs are gonna knock it out the park, but I want to have a bet. We're gonna get Pokemon Home in August. And if I'm wrong, shit, that'd be great. But something tells me it's gonna be in August, just before the DLCs come out. And that's not cool. I think I'll make a video later on explaining my issues with the DLCs even more, but this one's getting a little bit long. In the long story short, the DLCs still seem very crude. It has some potential, but I don't think it's going to meet the level of story writing that Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky did. I don't think it's gonna reinvent the wheel. I'm just kind of disappointed in Pokemon right now. They could be doing so much, but they're putting their efforts into other shit, and it's sad. But that's gonna be it for me today. I'd like to hear comments down and I'd like to hear your comments down below. Give it a like, subscribe. I'll see y'all next time.